Hello, hello. This is Sheila. Welcome to the Painted Pig studio on this cold Alabama day. We are under a winter storm watch or warning. Hubby's home because his work is not open today. And so we may have a cheery little fire in the fireplace before all is said and done. If he did what he said he was going to do and put wood in the basement so it would be dry. Which is questionable. So I want to say hello to Kathy, to Gwen, and to Susan. And I want to name a Maker of the Month for January. They're not going to win a prize or anything. I just want to let you guys know who gave me the most inspiration during a particular month. And in this case, it was Edith Ray. She is, if you check out the Scrapbooking with Me channel, she is E in the me. She's the E in the me. I think her daughter's the M and she's the E. So I get inspired by her very, very often. And right now it would be great if you would give her a watch or say a little prayer for her family. They're going through some things. Okay. So, and this is pajama crafting day, of course, because it is cold. I'm not going anywhere. And in my decluttering and organization, I found my old apron that I used to paint in, so I've got it on. So if anybody sees me in the window, they'll just see the apron, or the top of the apron. So, I did want to say that, I did this little tag, and I'm going to use a whale tail tab. And they seem to be all the rage now, and I can't find them on Amazon, the punches. But I'm lucky enough to have a silhouette, and so I just cut out quite a few of them in a couple of 3 different sizes. And I think I've got it down to one of the 2 of these, and I think it's going to be this. And so I'm just going to go ahead and fold it. It's got some little perforation there, I think, from Silhouette. I'm going to use my art glitter glue. Put a little bit of glue. Of course, it's not going to come out now. I think it's pretty well stoppered up. So, let's see if I can get some glue to come out. Yeah, it's coming out a little bit. I'm going to glue both sides. And I'm going to pop it on my tag. Get it even there. Get it even, Sheila. Even. And this art glitter glue does grab quickly, so hopefully I did get it even. And it's good glue. It's good glue. Next, if you're just starting out though, and I mean you can use Elmer's, or you can use Aleene's tacky glue. I use that. Sometimes it takes a little longer for it to grab, but it's still good too. I did a little glue review a while back, so you can, of this Helmar's 450 glue, which is also good. The next one I'm going to try is by Barely Arts, and scrapbookingwithme.com does have that in their store, so I think I'll probably order just a little bottle of it to check it out. Okay, so that one's done, and these are some of the ones, you know, in Roxy's challenge, Roxy's Weekly Challenge, by Roxy Creations, Rachel on Roxy Creations. And I just put a little spin on it with the vellum, and one of these shiny botanicals that I got from Amazon. I didn't realize they were shiny, but since that was shiny, I went ahead and put some glossy accents on here. I need to use my glossy accents because I think they're the color is going dark. And then I put some little glitter glue for the centers of the flowers. So I thought that was cute. And then I'll probably put just some good writing paper on the back. Tracy Fox number there, I think. And so the other thing, I actually did a Roxy's Weekly Challenge over the weekend. And so I gave myself 45 minutes to make as many of these little side tucks as I could out of book paper. And so I think I officially got 5 done. I think there's 7 here altogether. I think this may be my favorite. And so I printed out some digital prints from Etsy. And so I just printed them out on copy paper so they'd be nice and easy to glue on. And I saw Edith from Scrapbooking with Me do this first, and mine are probably more similar to hers than Rachel's. But they were a lot of fun to do, and not very hard either. They chose to tear theirs, and I think Edith's were a little tall like mine, and I know how big my next journal is going to be, so I knew how to stay within that size. But I've got one here, and I made them going both ways. So depending on which side of the page I wanted to pop them onto, and they just go into your journal like that was a journal page. They would just go to the side, or in this case, this one would go to that side. So I'm just going to use a little Scotch Create glue stick. And I'm off to the side. I don't know if you can see me now. I don't think my shot is wide enough for that, but it's just glue. So I don't think you probably have to see that. Yeah. So I thought this was pretty. And I'm still not used to the inking. But yes, I did use some vintage photo, which is brown. And so, but I used it lightly. I didn't get it grungy or anything. Let me go ahead and I can trim that. But yeah, that's all you do is just fold the edge of your book paper and then fold it up about, well, 2/3 or wherever you want it. And then before you glue it down, go ahead and glue the other side of this. And I think it's gonna do pretty well. Okay, so it's gonna match. Now I don't think I will embellish this on camera, but you can watch Roxy's Creations, Rachel, or you can watch Edith on Scrapbooking with Me, and they did a great job with theirs. So they're good teachers. As you know, I have mentioned that I have, well, I'm old, but I have a little bit of a tremor, a little bit of a challenge when it comes to my hands. And, of course, I don't see very well anymore either. So, any kind of fine detail work, you know, they don't want to stay still for me. So that's why I hesitate to do too much on camera. Now I'm going to set this aside and let it dry real well. And I think you get the gist. I'm not going to go ahead and do this, but I think that's going to look good too. And then you just, I'm sorry about that. A little bit of glue on each side. Stick it down. And then I'll come back and trim that little bit off. And it's good to go. Okay, let's move on. So that was an inspiration for me. Now, you've probably heard me mention of Corey Damon, and I'm going to link these folks below. But she gives me a lot of inspiration too, especially recently. I've really started watching her Flips, Flaps, and Folds series. Got it right that time. And she also did a video showing her organizational method. And I think she calls these, and I meant to go back and look, but I think she calls these scrap clusters. And she does something similar that she calls scrap cards. But here's some examples of the ones that I completed. I kind of put my own spin on them, but you just use scraps. And then you just embellish them. So that's what I did anyway. So I have a box for bigger scraps, and then I have my little bin for small scraps. And so off camera, I'm going to glue these on, and I did a little bit of inking around them, but you just try to make sure that your colors are not too close to the same, so you have some contrast. And this is very old, not very old actually, it's a bicentennial world almanac thing, and it's just really dark and fragile, like it's much older than what it actually is. So so those are cute, I thought, and I will have those ready to go into that next junk journal that I'm holding up on it because I've got an order from an Etsy store, and I'm not going to say the name of it because I'm a little upset with them right now, because they're taking so long to ship my order. But there's several things in there that I want to use in this next journal. So meanwhile, I'll just soak up as much as I can, inspirations for putting in there. Okay, and another thing that is popular right now that I'm seeing, well, I'm watching channels that are doing a lot of it. Sonia Steptoe is the first one. Excuse me, I knocked the camera. And she, I've mentioned before as well, and we'll link. She does slow stitching, which I did a little bit of in the last journal. And she's made these little yo-yos. And they're a bit challenging for me, but I managed to make a couple. And these little hexies, which are adorable. She's participating in Ann Brooks' 52 Handmade Tags Challenge. And so the challenge for this week were the little hexies. And so I watched Ann Brooks do hers, and she's very, very good. And Sonia as well. Now, both of them used something to make a circle and then cut around it with scissors. But I'm not so good at that. So I have a big kit from like 2008. It was the predecessor of the Big Shot, I think. And I had these spellbinders dies that are circles. And guess what? Works just fine on fabric. So I have several little circles cut to make different sizes on the hexies and the yo-yos. And also, in a previous video, I showed you how I didn't pay very good attention when I was placing an Amazon order, and I've got like a mile of this stuff. It's four across when it's all together, and so I'm having to try to think of ways to use it. Well, these are actually empty. These little, and the way they're cut, it makes them look like they're blingy. But I have to think, well, I've got flatback pearls. Why don't I see what it looks like with some of those? So I took this Helmars, and just barely wiped it around in there, because they do have sticky backs, but I wouldn't trust that to hold. And so I think that's really cute. I think it turned out really cute. And of course you can put it on a tag, or you can use it to embellish one of your little side tuck pieces. Not necessarily this one, but it would. You could just about put it anywhere on there, and it would be cute. So that's what I got for you this week. And it's, for me, it's all about adapting, because I do have the issues with my eyes and my hands, and you got to have eyes and hands to do this, pretty much. So, but the good news is I saw my doctor last week, and he said that there is medication available to help with the hands. And so when I see my neurologist next time, he said I could probably get a prescription from her that would help. So yay, I'm so happy about that, because I get very frustrated, especially when I try to sew, and I have to excuse me, I knocked it again. I'm sorry. I hope I don't make anybody sick. But I have to use these strap this thing to my head, and these magnifiers, and I use the biggest ones that are the strongest ones that came with that. I have dry eyes, and my eyes water, and the medicine even makes it worse sometimes. So anyway, enough about that. So everybody stay warm. I know it's cold all the way across the country pretty much. And so stay warm, take care, and stay well. And until we meet again, hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.